Let's check if you're flushing your life down the toilet. Today, I've prepared a kind of test for you, through which you can test yourself and find out if you're on the right path. With you is me, psychologist Julia Latunenko, and my cat, Jose. Yes, already beloved by you. You've all fallen in love with him. Today he is present on the stream in this video again. He's sitting in a cat pajama that my son gave me for my birthday. A special kind of pajama in which cats are carried called a cat pajama. It seems the cat likes it. So today let's figure out if you're flushing your life down the toilet. I will ask you questions, and you take a pencil and a piece of paper and answer either yes or no. And if you have more no answers, then it means you are indeed flushing your life down the toilet. If there are more yes answers, then it means you are on the right path. And I ask you to write in the comments whether you had more yes or no answers. And as always, I ask you to subscribe to my channel. Like this video, because Jose and I are working very hard. So let's get started. I have divided this test into 3 sections. And the first section concerns your attitude towards your body. I will now ask questions and you mark yes or no. Do you exercise regularly? This is the first question. Yes or no. Second, do you undergo regular health screenings once a year? I mean, checking the basic tests. Kidneys, liver, heart. For women, this includes breasts, intestines, vascular condition, a certain set of tests. Do you do this once a year? Third, do you follow a healthy diet? That's all we have regarding the body. I mean, not when you eat chips every other day and drink soda. That is not healthy eating. I hope you know that. And late night meals are also not a rule of healthy eating. Fourth, do you take breaks from alcohol consumption for 3 to 4 months? It has long been known that people who consume alcohol more often than once a month have the first stage of alcoholism. You can read about it on Google. It lasts quite a long time and then gradually progresses to the second stage. Fifth point, do you refrain from smoking? Sixth, do you take 10,000 steps every day, daily? Do you walk or manage to reach 10,000 steps? This is the minimum to keep your body in a healthy state. Well, let's move on to the second block, which concerns your brain. Listen carefully to the questions, and in the meantime, let me remind you that your subscriptions and likes on this video are very valuable to me, to Jose, and to our entire team. So the brain. Have you read the school curriculum of classic literature, both Ukrainian and foreign? So when in school they assign us classics, did you go through all of it? As for myself, I can say absolutely yes, and even more than what was assigned in the school program. Second, do you read books daily? We all know that. Nowadays, due to social media and the internet, we are developing a kind of clip thinking, Instagram-like. We can't concentrate, and some people understand that this has a very harmful effect on health and they force themselves to read 20, 30, 50 pages a day. Do you do this? Third point, do you study regularly, at least weekly? I mean, not every day, because that's probably impossible, but regularly, weekly, do you return to studying a foreign language? I can say about myself that I continue to study English. I have specific days when I learn new words and try to watch movies in English. Next. Fourth question, do you limit yourself in your relationship with your gadget? I mean, spending time on social networks. Do you limit this time? Jose went a bit into the lighting. Do you uncontrollably reach for your gadget and spend time uncontrollably on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, or YouTube? In other words, do you limit yourself in the use of social networks? Fifth question. Do you put away or set aside your phone 2 hours before sleep, somewhere away from yourself? Or do you spend a long time staring at it when it's already time to go to sleep? And the sixth question, do you get enough sleep for your health? 8 hours every night? This was a section dedicated to your brain. And we all, as for people who adhere to a holistic approach, that is, holistic means everything. Yes, body, brain, and psyche. Now, we will test ourselves on how we are doing with our psyche. Are we not flushing our lives down the toilet in this regard? But I remind you, it would be very nice if you like this video, if you find it useful, and subscribe to my channel. And also, please write the results of this test in your comments. So the psyche, here we will have 8 questions. Do you regularly take an interest in psychology? I mean, once a year you looked up something urgently needed, but, well, you regularly try to understand your own reactions. Most people are interested in psychology to understand others' reactions, not their own. And here I still emphasize that the interest should be in your own reactions, in your own behavioral patterns. This is our first question. The second question is very important. Do you undergo psychotherapy? And here I would like to say that many people confuse interest in psychology and believe that childhood traumas can be treated simply on YouTube by listening to Latunenko or reading some books. But no, it doesn't work that way. After all, you were traumatized by other people, so another person is needed as someone you will heal with. So let's move on. Third point, do you practice meditation? I don't mean those meditations where you listen to someone's voice or music, like some kind of autogenic training. No, I'm not talking about those meditations. I'm talking about meditations where you try to clear your buto mind, not think, and would focus on the here and now. This is a kind of sterile meditation in the here and now, in complete silence, to observe the noisiest chatterbox of your body, your brain. That is, you don't need to fight with your thoughts here. You just need to observe them and try to simply, well, see how they float past you. In this way, you unload your psyche. Such meditations can initially be 5 minutes long, then gradually increase them more, even up to an hour. But they must be regular. They train you, just like physical exercise, to be present in the here and now, which is incredibly important to be able to do. Fourth, do you keep your observation diary about yourself, your reactions, your feelings, your needs, your actions? Do you record your strange reactions there? Do you analyze in the diary? Do you write down your tension, your troubling thoughts there? It's important to do this as well because, we brush our teeth every day. But when it comes to our psyche, for some reason, we don't worry. Well, a diary is an opportunity to regularly cleanse your mental space. Let's move on. Fifth question. Are you able to not ignore your feelings, but express them in the place where they arose, at the moment they arose, and to the person they arose towards? And there are 5, and there are not 5. And there are 5. Well, this is very important because it is the ability of a healthy person who does not suppress their feelings, but knows how to express them in a timely and ecological manner. This does not mean shouting, yelling, haka, or causing a disturbance and scandal, but rather in I messages. Can you do this? The 6th question. Can you generally distinguish what specific feelings you are experiencing in the here and now? Do you remember this? There are 7 of them. And are you able to differentiate, that is, distinguish which specific feeling arose at a particular moment? Then also understand your needs. Do you remember Maslow's pyramid, where the bottom level is basic needs? This includes safety, sleep, food, water, all the things without which a person cannot survive physically. The 2nd level is love and attention. The 3rd level is recognition and approval. The 4th is power. And the 5th, the very top, is self-actualization. Are you able to recognize in the moment which of your needs is currently unmet? 7th question. Are you able to tell people, even those like your mom, dad, close ones, grandparents, freely and calmly, without feeling guilty, the words stop and no? Are you able to set boundaries with them without feeling guilty or pity for them, without suppressing yourself, and without taking on the victim role just to avoid offending them, thinking it's better to violate your own boundaries? So can you act this way regardless of who is in front of you? And one more, the 8th question. Do you have any form of creativity in your life as a sublimation form of creativity? That is, we all know that it's not always possible to perfectly express all feelings and needs. There are situations when you need to slightly delay the expression of feelings, because there are situations when we are dependent, but ahead, remember? I said whether you can express feelings in that place, to that person, in that situation, at that time, without delays. But this is characteristic of a healthy person, right? But we know that we all still have a lot of work ahead. And not all of us are so independent and so aware yet. And here, some form of creativity can help us. For example, I wrote a lot in my time because I didn't want to accumulate tension. So I wrote and wrote until I ended up writing an entire book. I wrote a lot of songs, lyrics, wrote and wrote until I created a few hits. Oh, that, So some people paint, some people sing, dance. Do you have any form of creativity where you could sublimate your tension? Well, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, of course, just give it a thumbs down and subscribe to my channel. Jose and I would be very, very pleased. Jose has been purring for you throughout the entire video. That's it. And be sure to write how many no's you got in this test. I will be very interested.